And your third place qualifier, shooting 5 years as a pro, also shooting for Hoyt from Tully, New York, Katelyn Bordwell. "15 years shooting as a professional for PSE from Townville, South Carolina, Sharon Wallace. And your number one qualifier, 18 years shooting as a pro, shooting for Matthews from Lapeer, Michigan, Miss Cara Kelly.
All right, Darren, so let's run down how this works here.
Each lady is going to judge, set their sight, and shoot one arrow per target. They're going to shoot, they'll score each target, they'll rotate a box, they'll judge, they'll set their sight, they'll shoot. Anyone within 10 points of the leader after the fifth arrow, if there's anyone within 10 points of the leader, will shoot a sixth and potentially final arrow. If there's a tie still, even on bonus rings, we'll continue to shoot. If there's not a tie on bonus rings, the bonus rings will break the tie.
All right, and as you mentioned there, they're going to judge that they don't know the distance to this target.
They don't, they're guessing. And this is a skill set. For you folks at home that aren't familiar with this, they look at these targets and they estimate how far it is. They set their sight for what they think it is. Then they aim appropriately. So there's a lot of factors to either hit or miss these rings. It's a very, very big skill set that not everybody can do.
And we should mention 50 yards is the max, but there could be some wiggle room up to 52.
Could be. So imagine trying to hit a 50-cent piece at 50 yards with a bow and arrow every time.
And you don't know the distance.
And you don't know the distance. It's not easy.
There's a look at Kaylee Johnston.
There's 4 heavy hitters out here that are in the shoot-off all the time. Katelyn Bordwell has actually shot with the known pro men before.
Yes.
And now she's judging, and she's made her way to the shoot-down, so it's good to see a new face out there.
Absolutely. Cara Kelly's our leader. There's Sharon Wallace.
Sharon.
There is a shot clock. She has 15 seconds to shoot. They give them a minute. She's shooting.
She's a little deep in this shot.
She's shooting the Panther. She got a center 10 there. Good shot.
Not sure why she was late in the shot there, but she made a 10 look pretty easy.
So we got our scoring team down here. They're going to call these arrows. We're going to get a close look at them. $10 for Cara.
Mm-hmm.
So as you mentioned, that's like par.
Yep.
She's not giving anything back, didn't gain any ground.
Her having a 5-point lead, she needs to keep them in the 10 ring. These girls have to hit bonus rings to catch her. So as long as Cara keeps them in the 10, she's in good shape.
Cara said this tournament agrees with her. She won it last year by a huge margin. And of course, she was our 2021 Shooter of the Year at Wiggins Pro.
There's that 10 for Sharon. And they said, you know, obviously, Cara's from Lapeer, Michigan. It's snowing up there in February. So for these ladies and men that come down here and judge outside, and I know they haven't been practicing outside, but to bring these skill sets that they've learned over all these years and be able to unleash them, it's really impressive to see some of the scores they shoot at these early tournaments.
Yeah, Kaylee Bordwell with a 10. She said she actually set up one target against a barn in the snow, shot it, the target fell over, and she said that's enough.
Practice is done. You can get calibrated pretty quick. You get down here a day or two early, look at a lot of animals, and you know the memory, the recognition of seeing them, it comes back to you pretty quickly.
There's a 12 for Kaylee. Yeah.
Kaylee knows how to hit those rings.
Last up, Emily McCarthy. We're going to see Emily's husband, Dan, later. She called the upper.
But she got it.
All right.
That helps their cause.
All right. We didn't change any positions, but a couple bonus rings there.
Mm-hmm. They closed the gap a little bit. Emily started 17 points behind Cara, so she really, you know, she has to gain 9 points to get on a podium spot. as they started, but she's going to need more of those bonus rings to get there.
There's a good shot at Kaylee Bordwell. As you mentioned, she shot known pro, which is, you can be male or female and shoot that, but when she was shooting it, she was the only woman out
She was
there.
the only one butting heads with those guys.
Right.
No fear.
And then last year she went back to women's known 50, and she was the shooter of the year in that class.
Very good.
So to come out here unknown, that's impressive.
There's a good look at Katie right there. Good strong shot, and she's going to like that one.
She is. Sharon Wallace on the longest target.
Ooh, she got really close to that 12 right there.
Good number. She had a good yardage on it. That is the longest target. We don't know how far it is, but it's out there.
And this is really tough. Like we said earlier, these ladies, these men just came in from outside. Sun, clouds, wind. It's different. It's a totally different setting. Judging across this black carpet, it's not easy to do, and you can see they've got calibrated pretty quick.
Yeah. 10 for Emily.
Puts her at a 411 if my math is correct.
Yeah. Mike's giving a shout out to the ASA crew. They do an incredible job setting all these targets. There's Don Bailey. He's the tournament director.
I can't even imagine how many hours collectively all these people put in to put one of these events on. It's a massive amount of work, and I'm thankful they do it because it's so much fun to be here shooting these things.
It's Saturday. They've been here since Sunday.
Yeah. 6 full days nonstop.
She just missed that for 10. That's that new hyena target.
We used to shoot that a few years ago. They rotate some targets in and out, and it's back for 2022. Katie's obviously judging good because she smashed. You'll see it here in just a second. She smashed this 12 ring.
We're going to hear a big cheer here. She's got a lot of fans here.
420 by my math. She's shooting fairly small arrows. I think she's shooting an Easton Pro comp. A lot of these men and women shoot a 23/64 diameter, a bigger, fatter arrow to try to catch these lines. She's shooting little arrows. Ooh.
Oh, that's a close one.
I like it. She typically calls a lot of uppers. Obviously, she didn't on that one.
We should mention Don is down there with the flashlight right up against it. The camera doesn't always give you the best angle as being right there looking for multiple angles.
They've got more than one guy looking at this arrow, so they'll get a judgment call here. And
survey says
I'm going with a 12 points.
There it is.
Moves her to a 416. That's back to back for Kailey, is it not? Yes.
Yeah.
She's 100% so far. It goes so fast out there too. We've only shot 2 arrows, but they only get to shoot 5, 6 if they're within 10 points of the leader. So it goes really fast out there. You have to make split-second
close
decisions.
that gap now. I mean, 1 point from Sharon Wallace for second.
Yeah, she's got a chance. Emily McCarthy right there. She knows how to play this game.
She had a great year last year.
She
Won
did.
3 or 4 of the 6 events.
Her shot looks so good. She shoots some indoor stuff, and that really helps hone your skills in your shooting, and her shot always looks so good.
Oh, that was Katie Bordwell on that bear just outside. Cara with the center 10 on that hyena.
Sharon always holding nice and steady. She breaks a strong shot. Yeah, her arm comes flying back.
That's a 10.
Can't be disappointed with that.
Well, here's a look at Emily's shot. Let's see
Did she shoot at that 14?
I think she.
Oh no, she
just
okay. I couldn't see it from where I was sitting.
So we've got Kaylee Johnston up first on the grazing doe, 10.
That moves her to a 426.
Kaylee works full-time as a nurse, and if you're in healthcare, you know how busy that keeps you these days. And yet, here she is with an excellent score in the finals.
She's such a good yardage judger.
That was Emily with a 10. This is going to be Cara's arrow here.
She's
center 10.
She's continuing to do what she needs to do. She's not giving anything up.
She did come down several days early, she and her husband and her father, to judge and get used to these conditions a bit.
It helps. If you get a few extra hours looking in the environment that you're going to shoot in, it definitely helps get you calibrated to score better.
Sharon Wallace
puts her to 431. I have to disagree with Mike. He said in the intro that these ranges weren't tough. They're pretty easy. I disagree.
He meant terrain.
Oh,
I interviewed him for that.
Okay,
so I know
gotcha.
He meant terrain.
I was going to
versus
say he didn't shoot the same courses I shot then.
Yeah, there were some stout conditions out there. There were some long targets and a lot of them.
I'm going to email Delta McKenzie and ask them to make some heavier targets so they don't want to pack them as far down those lanes.
Well, they got rid of the heaviest target.
I know, and that's why they do it. They're not fooling me. I know what they're doing. That Wolverine's easy to pack 50 yards, and I don't like it.
That was the first thing Scott Parrott said to me was, that thing's heavy.
Coming down to arrow number 4 here, and right now we have 4 ladies within 10 points of the leader. So if they're going to make a move, they're running out of chances. Emily's going to have to do something if she wants to try to shoot that final arrow, but this is not the target to do it. She's shooting the hyena, and it's a bomb. There's Cara.
She's on the shortest, second shortest.
She's so steady, so good at this game. No doubt, center
10.
Yep, no doubt.
There goes Sharon shooting at that bear. Kaylee.
Oh, she got close.
Missed it. All right, here's a replay of Kaylee Johnston's shot at that panther. It is the shortest target on the course.
I'm sure naked eye, when that hit, she thought she hit it. She grabbed those binoculars quick. It's close.
Yep.
Just wide, though.
First up is Kaylee Bordwell with a 10.
Katie's shot good in this shoot-off so far.
Yeah, for not doing unknown for 3 years.
Just one little hiccup on that bear, dropped back 2 points, but she's judging good and shooting good.
Kaylee gets a 10.
Gives her to a 436. Don't believe any bonus rings were shot that round, so we'll still have 4 ladies within 10 of the leader. So arrow number 5 coming up shortly.
This is Emily. That is the longest target, the hyena. Oh, did she call upper? Oh, it looks like she did.
She did.
On the longest target out there. You said she needed to do something.
She needed to do something. She's listening. That puts her to 433 if my math is correct.
Yep.
She's going to have to 14 the next one to get within 10 points of the leader, though.
10 for Cara.
446. If Cara would happen to 12 it, there's no way Emily could get within 10 points. But if Cara shoots another 10, Emily shoots a 14, and she could make the final arrow.
This is Sharon Wallace. I didn't see what she hit. Oh, she got
Four-fletched
it.
arrow. That's a 12.
She got it.
Boom.
Nice.
443 points, if my math's correct. That's exactly right. Yeah, the first place podium is still up for grabs.
Yeah.
Second place is still up for grabs. Emily's got to go risky here if she wants to shoot the 6th arrow, but right now, if they all shoot 10s, we're going to have 4 ladies shooting a 6th arrow. Look at Cara stepping off the yardage right there, looking where here's my 10, my 20, walking out to that target.
She means business.
You can tell she's using that ground and the distance. She's estimating in increments across that ground to see how far that target is, double checking her number.
If you're in the area of Lapeer, Michigan, Cara and her husband Jason run a archery shop, the Hunter's Den. You can go in there and have your bow set up by one of the best archers in the world.
She is. She is a force to be reckoned with in the women's divisions. Good indoor shooter too. Usually good indoor shooters are really good 3D shooters. And really good 3D shooters are typically good indoor shooters. She's focused. Giving it a couple extra clicks. Triple checking.
Yeah, Mike Tyrell's giving him the lay of the land. Who needs what?
Emily really has nothing to lose. She's in 5th. Unless if she shoots anything but a 14, she can't have a chance to try to get on the podium, so she needs to go at it here.
It's a closer target. Why not?
Cara always holding steady. That stabilizer just barely moving. Oh, she did drop 2 points right there.
Yeah. Emily let down.
I don't know if Sharon has shot.
Sharon did shoot at the grazing doe. She's got a good looking arrow down there on that grazing doe.
Kaylee's looking hard. I wonder if she's going to try to 14 this thing now that
20 seconds
20
on the
seconds
shot
and she's I bet she's going to try to 14 this thing.
Emily for sure. Just looking at it.
I like this.
Oh, she went for it. Oh, she missed.
She shot straight left.
Emily missed.
Kaylee.
Kaylee
was
missed.
going at the 12. She got just left of it there. Okay, let's see how this shakes out.
All right. It's a good look at Kaylee Bordwell.
Boom.
Just
right,
missed.
left of it. The lady shot well.
Yeah. There's Sharon's shot.
That puts Sharon at a 453 by my math. Sharon hitting a 12 on the last target, and then Cara shooting an 8 right there really closed the gap for first place. So it's far from over. Katie made a great shot right there. She's perfect height, absolutely. She judged it perfect, as you can see. Her arrow's perfect height. She's just a hair left of it. Those black targets are hard to aim at.
Inside here, especially
They're
that lighting.
hard to aim at.
It's funky.
The arrow has to touch the line. The foam's soft, it will pull. The deeper an arrow goes in the target, the more it'll suck that foam in. So when they say pull the line, it stretches the foam, but the arrow has to touch the line to get the higher value.
And that's one of the, if you want to call it, disadvantages of those smaller
It
arrows.
is.
They don't pull as hard as those larger arrows.
It is a
She's
10.
got a 10.
I agree with that call.
Yeah.
The crowd doesn't.
I think they wanted to give it to her.
Yeah. Katie ends up with a 448 so far, so she'll make the final arrow.
Good look at our crowd here tonight. Got a pretty decent crowd.
I think some of the shooters are just finishing up, so they should filter in here as the day gets longer.
Kaylee's got a 10.
She made a good run at that. That's a long way out there. Imagine that target is really close to half the distance of a football field, so it's got to be close to 50 yards.
When we get to Known Pro, we will give you the yardages on all these targets.
Emily did go at that 14, and that's what she should have done right there.
Yeah.
Nothing hurt right there. She'll end with a 441. She'll be 13 points behind Cara once we get this last arrow scored, so she will miss the 10-point cutoff for the final arrow.
So that line that Cara was in is not a scoring ring. That is what we call a core line. That's a replaceable core there. If you shoot it and, you know, get it all chewed up with your arrows, you can replace it, but it's not a scoring line. So.
It's far from over, PJ.
Oh, yeah, 1 point there.
Cara does have the advantage because Kaylee will shoot first, Katelyn will shoot second, Sharon will shoot third, and depending on what they do, Cara will know how risky she has to get on that last arrow. So she can either try to tie it or she can try to win it right here.
And now Don Bailey has the option of bringing out a new target we haven't seen yet, or just moving them to a different spot. He is going to use the hyena, we're told. So he's going to move him. Looks like he's fixing to move him closer.
Yeah, they'll be glad of that. He's gonna pick a distance of his choice, lay that piece of tape down, and all these ladies are going to get 1 minute to judge it. They're going to sit there and look at the ground, look at the target, estimate the distance, set their sight, figure out what they want to aim at, and it'll be over shortly.
All right, he's got it.
We're going to shoot the hyena, yes.
So the farthest target, but we cut off, I don't know, several yards.
Yeah.
Let's call it that.
We'll say 8 or 10 yards closer, which it's an advantage. I mean, Cara's looking back right now. I don't know if she's looking back, but they literally, the hyena's target number 3, and they set the stake straight in front of it, so they know what they shot it for. If they just look back at the square and go, okay, I think it's 8 yards less than what I just shot it for, some simple math, they ought to get really close here. And there's not a rule against that.
Right. So as you mentioned, Kailey Johnston's going to be up first. Katie Bordwell, Sharon Wallace, Cara Kelly.
They're in tricky spots right here because Kaylee is 2 points behind Katelyn.
That's the podium.
Yes,
so
and that's the podium, and that means manufacturer's contingency. So she's shooting a Matthews. Matthews will pay her a bonus check if she gets first, second, or third. Hoyt will pay a bonus check to Katelyn if she gets first, second, or third. Same with PSE for Sharon. So third and fourth position could be, you know, about a $1,500 to $2,000 arrow they're getting ready to shoot right here. Difference.
Yeah, the winner, we should mention, I mean, you're looking at 15,000 plus.
Yeah, could
with
be.
all your contingencies and from
could
the
be.
ASA.
They're 1 minute up. I think Kaylee, if I'm her here, I go hard at a 12. If she hits a bonus ring, Katelyn would still have her on bonus rings if Katelyn would shoot a 10. So
there's no real point for a 14 here for her to shoot.
No. She needs to try to bear down and get the 12, you know, miss in the 10, and then she's hoping Katelyn makes a mistake here and slips up and gives her a podium finish. As solid as Katelyn shot, though, I expect her to at least get a 10 on this target. And I truly think it's easier for the girls because they're straightforward from where they've just shot this target, so they have an idea of how far this thing is. She went for the 14.
Went for it.
She was going to leave nothing to chance. So she'll get an 8.
If you ain't first, you're last.
That's right. So she'll have a 454 right now. Katelyn needs 6 points to take the third spot right now.
She center punched that spot.
Yeah.
Just missed the bonus ring.
Katelyn with a 14 would put her at a 62. That means Cara would just need a 10 to still beat her. I think Katelyn shoots hard at a 12 here.
5 points behind Sharon Wallace here.
She might want to shoot.
Why not shoot for the 14?
Yeah, she might as well.
She just called upper.
But if she shoots a 5, she falls off the podium. So, but that 14 being out there as far as it is, it's the risk reward that Nathan talked about.
Yeah.
Let's see what she decides to do. She got a 10.
She went for that.
So she's
just missed it.
securing that podium spot is what she did right there.
For your first time back in women's pro, why not get on the podium?
Take that extra $1,000. Katie shot really good out there. She only gave up 2 points on that cinnamon bear. Other than that, she kept everything in the 10 ring, and I believe she did shoot a bonus ring.
Oh, she got a 10. Boy, that looked like it.
I don't think she called upper.
She did call upper.
Oh, she did?
Wait. She called. All right, they're saying it now. No? Maybe not.
Okay, down to the nitty-gritty here. This is a big arrow for Sharon. She's 1 point behind Cara. If she shoots a 12, she'd have a 465. Cara would have to shoot a 12 to win. So she can really put the pressure on right here with a bonus ring. If Sharon were to shoot at the 14 and shoot an 8, she'd have a 61. She'd still guarantee second place.
Even with a 5, she would, wouldn't she?
With a 5, with a 5, she would fall to third. She'd have a 458, and Katelyn would have her own bonus rings, I believe.
Oh, okay. Bonus rings, right. That breaks the tie.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at a sheet, running some quick math. I could be wrong, but if she would shoot a 5, I think Katelyn would take second.
Yeah, Katelyn did have more bonus rings in the weekend. All right, let's see what she can do here.
I think she shoots the 12. I'm 50-50 right now. I was wrong with Kaylee, right with Katelyn. Just missed the 12. That's a great shot. Made Cara's job easier. She has to shoot a 10, which that 10 ring at that distance is not big, but it makes it easier than having to hit that 12. Sharon has a 463. 10 points for Cara, and she'll be your champion.
Good way to start the year. This is how she started it last year. She finished up as our shooter of the year.
She's so solid.
Right
Dead center 10.
Dead center.
Oh, she's excited. You can tell it means a lot to her to win. So awesome to see her do it.
She wanted that one.
She did. She shot good.
I know her husband Jason and her dad John were here with her this weekend, I'm sure. Oh yeah, there they are. I see them in the audience. They're here.
Big fist pump from Cara.
Cara's going to come over and have a word with us. Oh, we got to get the official call first. There it is.
There it is. 464.
Got to make it official.
Good for her. What a way to start off 3D season.
Yeah. That is pretty good.
It's really hard to get the point across of how difficult what these folks are doing out here, judging these distances, setting their sights, aiming at black blobs and brown blobs and scoring like they do. It's really impressive to see the skill set that they all possess.
Absolutely. That is unbelievable. So here comes Cara now. She's making her way over. We want to find out just how excited she is.
She's got a little pep in her step. I guarantee you she's happy.
Yeah. There she is. Cara, can you hear us?
I can. Loud and clear.
How's that feel? That was
Awesome.
a big...
Awesome.
We were just saying, what a great way to start the year. I mean,
Yes.
you're coming from snowy Michigan down
Yes.
here to the south.
Yep.
Tell us about your weekend and tonight.
I don't even have any words. I mean, that was a heck of a shoot down. The girls shot awesome. I'm thrilled. I came down early again this year, spent some time, judged 80 targets in 3 days before we even got here, and that's all thanks to my family and support and the boys back home and, everybody. So I got pretty pumped on that one.
You had a really good fist pump there, Cara, and I know coming from Michigan, PJ and I talked, it's hard to practice, it's hard to get calibrated, but you've been in this position so many times. You've got an awesome skill set. I don't think you ever get used to winning, but how are you going to celebrate this win?
Oh, we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate. I'm going to go home, hug my boys, hug my husband. He's here, my dad, family. So, yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
Congratulations. You're a rock star out there.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Cara.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right, that is our women's pro division. Next up, we are going to have senior pro. We're going to bring them out as we head out to the commercial break. Let's take a look at a couple of these replays. Don't go away. We'll be back.